In our final video of the problems of making a basic mirrored will, we're going to cover generational inheritance tax. Now, it's probably not a term that's familiar to everyone, so Tony, can you explain what that actually means?
Yes, of course, Adam. Generational inheritance tax is a slightly more complicated concept, but in essence, it is money that's already had inheritance tax paid on it, having further inheritance tax paid on it as it passes down the bloodline. So let me try and explain that in a succinct manner. And let's use yourself as an example, Adam. When you pass away, potentially the value of your estate may result in some inheritance tax being paid by your children. So that would be, in your case, if your estate was over £1 million, anything over that would be subject to inheritance tax. Now, let's say that happens and an amount of money is paid to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs under inheritance tax when you pass away. And your children have now inherited, obviously, a significant amount of money because, they will have over, maybe over £500,000 each coming down to them. Now, that would add to the value of their estate. Now, if they've been successful, when you add that to the money that they already have, that could push them over the inheritance tax threshold. So, in essence, what would happen then is money that they paid inheritance tax on when you died, your grandchildren, their children, may have to pay further levels of inheritance tax. So the money is in effect being taxed twice and would continue down the generations. Now, by dropping the money into trust so that your children don't actually own it, it doesn't add to the value of their estate and then wouldn't be subject to a further 40% inheritance tax. Now, obviously, that might sound quite complicated, but it's something that we do talk about in a lot more detail when we chat with clients who are in that situation, and we can give them solutions and choices about what to do for the future.
Thank you very much, Tony. And like all our videos, there's a whole load of complicated issues to be discussed there. And so the best way of getting them answered is to contact Tony and Adam direct or refer to our website. But we are conscious of people's time issues, so we look to try and put as much on video to give people a chance to actually think about things before contacting our advisors. But the best way, this is a really complicated area and there is no such thing as a right answer because everything has to be bespoke for your own particular circumstances. And that the only way we can do that is by understanding what your long-term thoughts are in terms of what you need, what your family needs, so that something can be designed appropriately. So thanks again, Tony and Adam, and look forward to our next video session.